Lost Cities is a two-player card game in which players go on expeditions and try to score the most points as possible. After 3 hands, the points are totaled and the highest score wins. Make your own set. What you do is you take 2 decks of cards. You take that first deck of cards and you use all 4 suits, 2 through 10, and then Jack, Queen, King of each suit. And then you open up the second pack of cards, and then you have to choose one of the 4 suits to duplicate. I chose to use spades as my 5th suit, and then you just have to mark which is the 5th suit. In the original game, they had colors, but it would be too difficult to just paint colors on these cards so you can make suits. So now that you know how to make your own set, 8 cards to each player, and the remainder of the deck is placed face down on the table. Now, the main part of the game is to go on journeys. Going on a journey simply means you're going to go adventuring by placing cards down in front of you in the 5 suits. The more you journey into the different suits, the more higher your risk. Now let's talk about what you can do on your turn. You can lay down a card in front of you, or discard a card, or then you have to draw a card. You always have to draw a card. But let's talk about placing cards in front of you. Now what that means is you're going to adventure into that certain suit. You look at your hand, and it's always best to lay the lowest number of the suit you want to go adventuring in. So I have a nice club hand, and I decide to put the 3 of clubs down. Now, the whole point of the game is to have the most points, and how you get points is whenever you go on an adventure, when you play the first card in a suit, you're down 20 points. So right now, in my club hand, I'm down 20 points. Now, the whole goal is to work your way back up from negative 20 and turn that into a positive number. So right now, I have negative 17 points. So that's how you lay cards down. Now let's talk about discarding cards. Second option, which is to just discard a card into one of the 5 discard piles. So you just place that card that you don't want into the respective discard pile. The third one you have to do actually is to draw a card. Now you can either draw a card from one of the 5 discard piles on the table, or you can take a card from the draw pile. Once the draw pile is gone, the hand is over, and then you score. But if you want to make the game go on, you just keep on drawing from the discards. So let's talk how to actually score a hand. Okay, let's say somebody's taking the last card from the pile, and the hand ends, and then this is how you score. Let's say you've only went on this club journey right here. So you look at your journey that you went on. You add all those together, and you're left, and then you subtract 20 from that because you pay 20 points when you play the first card in a suit. So the 10 and the 8 and the 2 pay for my 20 points, and I'm left with 10. So that's how you score a hand positively. And this is just an example of when you score, you only had 18, so you take negative 20 plus 18, which gives you a total score of negative 2. So if you do not make more than 20 points, your score is going to be in the negative side. So that's how you do it both ways. You have to get more than 20 points to actually score positively, and if you get less than 20 points, then you'll score in the negative range. And if you just get 20 on the dot, then you don't get anything on that journey. In addition to the 2 through 10 numbers of each suit, you have the Jack, Queen, King of each suit. And these are really neat. What they do is if you think you're going to get more than 20 points in a color, when you play one of these, they don't have to be played, Jack, Queen, King. You can play them however, but this still counts as negative 20 after you play this card down. But it's saying I'm going to double my score in positively or negatively. And let's say you had a second one. So you play that down and you say, oh, I think I'm going, it tells your opponent, oh, he's going to triple his wins or losses. And then if you play this third one down of this suit, that you're telling your opponent, I'm going to either quadruple my wins or my losses. So that's just a neat way to actually get more points if you know you're going to get more than 20 points in a suit. You have the Jack, Queen, King of each suit. And these are really neat. What they do is, if you think you're going to get more than 20 points in a color, when you play one of these, they don't have to be played, Jack, Queen, King. You can play them however, but this still counts as negative 20 after you play this card down. But it's saying I'm going to double my score in positively or negatively. And let's say you had a second one. So you play that down and you say, oh, I think I'm going, it tells your opponent, oh, he's going to triple his wins or losses. And then if you play this third one down of this suit, that you're telling your opponent, I'm going to either quadruple my wins or my losses. So that's just a neat way to actually get more points. Now, I forgot to mention, when you play cards down in front of you, when you either continue a journey or start a new journey, you always have to play them in ascending order. They don't have to go like 4, 5, 6, because some of the cards will be in the stack and you don't know when you're going to draw them. So you always have to, if you start with a 5, you've lost the opportunity to play the 2, 3, or 4 in a certain suit, if that's your starting card. But you always have to go up from what you played previously. If somehow you can get 8 or more cards in a suit within that journey, you get a fixed bonus of 20 points added to your score.